Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to join you today to discuss how this opportunity that we have in New York State to dismantle what I like to refer to as a failed drug war policy. It's a criminal law based on a rationale that most people know to be false. Through personal experience or experience of our close friends or family, most people have some form of reliable proof that marijuana is not terribly harmful nor that addictive. Over 51% of American adults admit to having used marijuana. And I say admit because it's a federal drug war policy. It makes it illegal to use or to possess it. Therefore, all of these people in our lives could be considered federal criminals. Of course, our sons and daughters, our husbands, wives, spouses, neighbors, they don't consider themselves criminals. They just believe this drug policy is illegitimate. They don't see the purpose. The marijuana prohibition was supposed to protect us. But protect us from what? All of these people in our lives are using it, and they have no complaints. Many of them are actually telling us the benefits of it. They still get up and go to work or go to school every day, and sometimes it even eases their pains or their jitters, and it makes it possible for them to complete what we consider regular daily tasks. The marijuana prohibition was supposed to reduce drug use. It hasn't. Over 50% of American adults already admit to using it. It was supposed to reduce youth access to the drug. As many of you in this room already know because of your work in the community, that hasn't happened. It was supposed to promote health. Again, it doesn't do it. What it does is deny the historical record of medicinal use, and it ignores the everyday practicalities of what people in our communities are telling us that do use it for some kind of health-related illness or challenge. It's actually denying the lived experience of many of our friends and neighbors. So I'm going to say this prohibition is undermining our health, preventing care, and prohibiting research. It's creating a structure that actually inflates the cost of the product for those people who are using it in that manner. So this marijuana prohibition achieves none of its stated goals, but it works effectively to oppress people of color. Marijuana prohibition is harmful. It is enforced unevenly, and while we have over 50% of the adult American population admitting to use, by and large, it's only people of color that have to worry about being stopped, arrested, and charged. In every jurisdiction, the arrest of Blacks and Latinx men double, if not quadruple, those of their white counterparts. These arrests have had far-reaching effects throughout communities. It creates barriers to education, employment, housing. Occupational licenses are lost. They cannot access public benefits, including veterans' benefits. It exacerbates poverty. It bars adoption. We are facing an opioid crisis. We know that there's lots of adoptions happening in kinship foster care occurring in our communities. The use and the prohibition of marijuana bars adoptions in cases where it's necessary, where we want to keep families together. And it may not be abuse or addiction, it's just possession and use that's barring these families from staying together. And lastly, in many of the immigration cases, it may lead to deportation. Arrest may not result in incarceration, but it also leads to fines, which grow to larger fines if they're left unpaid, and then it becomes warrants. So again, arrest and incarceration possibilities. It's an ever-increasing web of police, judicial, and corrections contacts. Legalization is our opportunity to acknowledge some of the shortcomings of our drug war policy. This is our chance to direct energy and resources into building an industry within New York State that generates jobs, opportunities, revenue, and reinvestment. Actually, this is not only our chance, this is our responsibility. Thanks.